What if trying harder is sometimes the exact reason the door won't open? Imagine you're already late. You put the key into the lock and turn, and nothing. So you push harder, still nothing. You twist again, then you stop. You pull the key out, realign it, and turn gently. Click. The door opens. The door didn't need more force, it needed less. And that's surprisingly close to one of Lao Tzu's most powerful ideas. Wu Wei, the Taoist philosophy of effortless action, acting without unnecessary force. Because we do the same thing with our lives. We force relationships. We overthink every decision. We chase confidence, success, attention, and control. And when nothing changes, we assume we need to try even harder. But what if the problem isn't your effort? What if you're simply turning the key in the wrong direction? More than 2,000 years ago, Lao Tzu explored this idea through Taoism and the Tao Te Ching. Wu Wei is often translated as non-action, but it doesn't mean laziness or doing nothing. It means acting without unnecessary struggle, knowing when effort helps and when effort becomes resistance. And that idea feels strangely relevant to modern life. We're constantly told to push harder, work harder, improve ourselves, stay productive, and become better versions of ourselves. But imagine that locked door again. What if pushing harder isn't determination? What if you're simply using the key incorrectly? We do this psychologically all the time. You send someone a message, they don't respond. 5 minutes pass, you check your phone. Nothing. Then your mind starts creating explanations. Did I say something wrong? Are they ignoring me? Should I send another message? You're no longer dealing with reality. You're dealing with a story your mind created around reality. The more you try to control the outcome, the more anxious you become. Lao Tzu's philosophy offers a different approach. You can send the message. You cannot control the response. You can express how you feel. You cannot force someone to feel the same. You can make an opportunity. You cannot command the outcome. Wu Wei is not about giving up. It's about knowing where your effort ends. Think about trying to remember someone's name. You know it, so you search your memory harder. Nothing. You become frustrated. Then later, while you're walking down the street, the name suddenly appears. You didn't force the answer into existence. You gave your mind enough space to find it. Creativity works the same way. Sometimes you stare at a blank page demanding an idea. Think, come on, give me something. But the harder you force creativity, the more mechanical your thinking becomes. Then you step outside, notice something unexpected, and suddenly the idea appears. The answer wasn't created by pressure. It emerged when the pressure disappeared. That's the paradox of effortless action. Sometimes less interference produces better results. And this applies to confidence too. Many people try to manufacture confidence by controlling how others see them. They monitor their voice, posture, clothes, facial expressions, and every word. They walk into a room thinking, "Do I look confident?" But now they're not experiencing the room. They're watching themselves experience it. Real confidence often begins when you stop performing yourself. You don't need to prove that you're intelligent. You don't need to prove that you're successful. You don't need everyone to approve of you. You become comfortable enough with yourself to allow other people to misunderstand you. That's a different kind of freedom. Lao Tzu's Wu Wei isn't an excuse to become passive. If you want to learn, practice. If you want to build something, work. If you want to become stronger, train. If you want a different life, take action. The difference is what happens after the action. You prepare for the interview, then you let the result come. You create the work, then you release it. You tell someone how you feel, then you accept that their response isn't completely yours to control. You knock on the door, then you wait. Your responsibility is the action. The outcome is only partly yours. This is where letting go becomes powerful. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop demanding that reality obey your preferred timeline. And that's difficult in modern life because we're surrounded by systems designed to make us feel in control. Notifications, analytics, read receipts, follower counts, productivity goals. Everything gives us another number to check, another result to optimize, another reason to wonder whether we're doing life correctly. But not everything meaningful can be measured. You can't schedule the exact moment trust develops between two people. You can't force inspiration to arrive on command. You can't make yourself peaceful by demanding that your mind become quiet immediately. Some things need participation. Other things need space. That's why Lao Tzu looked to nature when describing the Tao. A river doesn't fight every obstacle. It moves around it. It adapts. It continues. That isn't weakness. It's intelligent movement. We often mistake resistance for strength, but sometimes strength is adaptation. Sometimes confidence is acceptance. Sometimes progress begins when we remove unnecessary struggle. So the next time something in your life refuses to open, don't immediately push harder. Step back. Look at the key. Maybe you're using the wrong one. Maybe the timing is wrong. Maybe the direction is wrong. Maybe the door isn't yours. And maybe you've been trying to force something that was never meant to be forced. The art of not trying isn't about doing less with your life. It's about doing less against yourself. Work without obsessing. Care without clinging. Act without demanding. Move without constantly fighting reality. That is the deeper lesson behind Lao Tzu, Taoism, and Wu Wei. You don't have to chase every outcome. You don't have to control every perception. You don't have to turn your entire life into a performance. Do what is yours to do. Then loosen your grip. Because sometimes the door doesn't open when you become stronger. It opens when you stop forcing the key, realign yourself, and turn it gently. Click. Maybe life wasn't asking you to push harder. Maybe it was asking you to stop fighting what doesn't need to be fought. And that is the art of not trying.